Hi guys, happy Monday and welcome to Meal Prep Monday, episode number 8. I'm really excited to share with you my creamy vegan cauliflower soup. This stuff is so easy to make and I love prepping lots of it and popping it in individual containers, popping it in the fridge, and then I have it for the week ahead. It's so delicious, it's so easy to make, and I'm gonna walk you through it. All right, so I've done a couple things in advance. So basically what I did here is I had 2 small heads of cauliflower. I chopped them up. It just depends on how big your cauliflower is, obviously. This ended up being about 6 cups of cauliflower, roughly. So I chopped it all up. I took 5 garlic cloves and I took 1 small onion. So it's just a regular size white onion. You could use like a sweet onion, you could use a brown onion, anything really works. Chop it up. The onion ended up being about 1 cup. 5 garlic cloves, 1 cup of chopped onion, and then I preheated my oven to 450. Now the cauliflower and the onions and the garlic cooked for about 20 minutes at 450. You want it to be slightly browned up, as you can see there. The oil that I chose to use with it is camelina, that's high in omegas. But you could use coconut oil, you could use olive oil, avocado oil, all those are great as well. I used 2 tablespoons. Okay, so 2 tablespoons, 5 garlic cloves, 1 small onion, and then roughly about 6 cups of cauliflower. So that roasted for about 20 minutes. Again, depends on how hot your oven gets. Some ovens get really hot really fast. And then depends on how big your cauliflower pieces are that you chopped up, but you want it browned up so it gets that nice caramelly flavor, right? Okay, so I didn't put any sea salt or pepper, nothing on it, just as it was. So I am now going to pop this into, see how I can do this here without spilling all over, into my blender. Okay, so to make it creamy, I'm gonna be using coconut milk. Now the coconut milk I'm using, I'm gonna show you right here, is this one. Here we go. Let's see, it's turning around here. This is a full fat coconut milk. Some of them say full fat, but they're actually quite low. To know if you're getting like a good full fat, healthy, good fats are good. You want healthy, good fats. Coconut fat is great for your skin, brain health. You need good, healthy fats. Look for around 14 grams of fat per, this one is what, a 1/3 cup. Okay, so all of this is going in. Now, I'm gonna be using the Better Than Bouillon low sodium vegetable broth. Vegetable broth paste. So you could just sub it with low sodium actual vegetable broth. I just love the paste, it's so handy. It doesn't take up a lot of space in the fridge and it's just handy to have on hand. Okay, so that is all done there. Now the vegetable broth paste, see, I'm just gonna take it like that, and that's a lot of flavor in there. So scoop that in there. Okay, so that's gonna be, ooh, are they gooey? Okay, so I'm gonna be using 1 and about a half. 1 1/2. I always like to start with a little bit less, and then if you need more flavor, just add more in, right? The worst is when it's really salty. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over so you guys can see a little bit more. Okay, so I've got all that in there, and then I'm gonna take my can of coconut milk, add that in. Okay, so that goes in there. If you didn't want to use coconut milk, you could use soaked cashews. I feel like that would be one of the only good alternatives. Okay, and then since I'm using the veggie paste, I have 2 cups of water here. So that goes in there. And then I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of thyme. You know, I'm not gonna put this in here because it's really sticky from the veg paste. So I'm eyeballing it, so that's about 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to add some pepper. Again, all of this is to taste as well. So if you really like pepper, you can add more in. Same with some sea salt. Invest in good quality sea salt. It makes all the difference. Okay, so now I'm going to blend this up. If you don't have a Vitamix, hopefully you have like a hand kind of immersion blender. or just like a smaller blender, you might just have to do it in different portions if you don't have something this big. Okay. So you want it smooth, but you don't need it like crazy smooth. Like it's kind of nice when it has a little bit of chunk in it. And again, you want this thick too, right? That looks perfect. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna try this. Wow, that's so good. I definitely could use a little bit more sea salt and a little bit more pepper. So again, go to taste. If you feel like you need a little bit more water or whatnot, if you don't like it as creamy. See how you like it? Okay. And it's done, literally. That's how easy it is. So for purposes of time and the fact that I don't have a stovetop right in front of me, I'm not gonna show you, but I would take this, transfer it to my pan, put it on low heat, heat it up, and then I would put on top some nutritional yeast. This I actually keep in my freezer because it stays better longer. So I would put on a tablespoon of nutritional yeast and then some hemp hearts. These are so good for omegas and healthy fats. They have a really nice crunch as well, and they have protein in it too. Another thing I was thinking too, if you don't use the veggie broth, if you eat chicken or meat, you could use a good bone broth. That would be great too, because then you'd be getting more protein from it. But for me, to make it more of a complete meal, I'll show you what I've done already. So I made a basic green salad. I put on a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and some lemon. That's it. Very basic. You could put like cucumbers. That'd be good too. I just didn't have any. And then I made a piece of wild cod. So that's just very small piece of wild cod. And then I'm gonna have my cauliflower soup with it. And that's that. I'm so excited for dinner tonight. Meal Prep Monday. So again, you could easily double this and, save it in, or store it rather in small containers, pop in the freezer. In the fridge, it's gonna last for about 4 to 5 days. If anything, if you feel like you're not gonna eat it, pop it in the freezer. It'll last for at least a month or two. And then again, you could switch it with cashews. I probably wouldn't switch much else. The coconut makes it so nice and creamy. So I hope you guys enjoy. Happy Monday. Have a great week.